Alright, here's Whitney Main Trail. I took the old cutoff trail up from the portal instead of Main Trail because it gets you just past Lone Pine Creek. And with all the rain, I didn't know how heavy Lone Pine Creek would be. I didn't want to bother. So that's out of the way. And that's usually really the heaviest water crossing. So, yeah. It's clear-ish for now. I don't think I see stars though. At the Lone Pine Lake cutoff, we're going up. Whitney zone time. Ooh, fuck. I should watch it. Careful here. Alright, trail camp. See some lights up ahead already on the switchbacks. I'll be quiet here in case anyone's camping. Fresh snow. Alright, got the cables. So that means I'm kind of halfway up the switchbacks. It's about where they are, halfway up the trail crest from. I smell campfire. It's weird. But yeah, so it's like halfway up the trail crest from trail camp, sort of. There was so much snow in the spring, I had to go around the outside of the fence here. of lights down there. Crushed snow in August. Alright, trail crest. Whew. Here we are, the John Muir Trail junction. Crabtree Lake's way down there, Tar Lake, and PCT hikers, the HST hikers, and the JMT hikers all come up here and join us and go to the summit. I'm not. I've decided I'm not going to go to the summit. I'm just kind of over it. I've been falling asleep on my feet since like the last couple dozen switchbacks. Back on the switchbacks. And it's really weird and I can't snap out of it. So I'm really tired. If it was warmer, I'd just like tuck in somewhere, wait for morning. I did not bring my bivvy. So yeah, I don't want to stand around cold. I don't want to keep moving because I keep falling asleep on my feet. So I'm going to start going down. This has been nice, but nice spontaneous permit. Probably on account of this weather. That's why everyone was canceling. But it was nice. Didn't get the summit. Goes across through all the awesomeness here. And then it does the summit. Well, alright. That was really weird. So I'm going to pull out the camera here for a moment because that was really weird. So the last half dozen switchbacks coming up the 99 switchbacks, the trail crest, I was falling asleep on my feet. It was so bizarre. Like, I couldn't stop myself from falling asleep, and I couldn't stop myself from continuing to walk. I was in like a weird sleepwalking state where I just kept going. And I kept nodding off and waking up walking near the top of the 99 switchbacks, which is really weird. It's like I wasn't even tired the rest of the day or the hike, like this was just out of nowhere. So that was odd. A couple lights down at Guitar Lake. Maybe someone coming up the switchbacks now. In any case, it wasn't like I was like, whoa, I'm feeling tired, and then I'd sort of nod off a bit and catch myself. It was like I was walking and I was periodically aware that I was asleep. Anyway, I'm totally awake now. So that was strange. That's never happened to me before, like ever. And I've, this is my 19th. Well, this will be my 19th summit if I get to the summit. And I've been up here many more times beyond that. And I've done lots of night hikes, night summits. And moving for, 24, 36 hours. So no stranger to like moving at night, But yeah, something happened. That was wild. Yeah, I just totally hit the wall. And I ended up in that weird state. That was so weird. So anyway, I kept going. I took a little break at Trail Crest and then kept moving. And what happened was I was feeling it. I kept feeling it. So coming down here, this is just the other side of Trail Crest. We're moving down towards the JMT junction. And same thing. And then so I was standing there at the JMT junction and I was just like, I can't keep my eyes open. It was so bizarre. Yeah, it was right here. And I was just like, I just don't see this happening. So I turned around. Here we are. they're going up that way, not down this way. So yeah, it was weird. I turned around, decided to walk back up towards Trail Crest and to see if I could find, there's all these like little cubby, see if I could find one completely out of the wind, where I could maybe kind of lean on something and catch a quick wolf nap. So I did a couple times and it was sort of working, and I was deciding whether I was gonna leave or try to just exit and skip. And then the last people that I'd passed came past me, and we chatted for a little bit, and something about that just woke me up. It just snapped me out of it. So it already made me feel better. They continued on. I had a good spot, so I hung out and stayed tucked in the rocks there. Pushed a little rock against the wall so I could sit on it and sat on my gloves. And again, just had a tiny little wolf nap a couple times and just felt better. Suddenly I just felt better. And I was warm because like it's all uphill going back up to Trail Crest from the JMT junction. So that was good. So who knows? We'll see. I turned back around again and walked back down to the junction. And now I've passed it. Now I'm doing the 1.9 miles to the summit. So we'll see. That was very strange. Super weird. Thought I'd share. Alright, back to normal. Feeling great. Actually ended up passing that couple again. They're behind me now. But it's nice knowing people are on the mountain. And I see lights now coming up from down there. From the JMT side from Guitar Lake. Yeah, only rodent prints, no one else but me. It's cool. August snow. Look at it all. Came down hard today. I've been watching mountain forecast. I think there was a little yesterday also. But yeah, it said 4 inches today. And then tomorrow afternoon it's going to happen again. So that's why I want to get up and down before that happens. I've night hiked this mountain kind of a lot of times. At this point, I don't really know if I've night hiked it more than I've day hiked it. It's possible. I think I've probably come up at night more times than during the day. Oh, this is awesome. This is fun. It's like we just had like a week of 100 degrees temperatures down in LA County. So I'm up here walking around in this fresh snow. I love it. Let's look down here. Yeah, some lights down there. You probably can't see it. A few snowflakes. Oh. It's pretty cool. Just my footprints. No one else's footprints up here. Man, I'm totally awake and I feel great now, but that was the weirdest experience of my life. Holy crap, it felt like sleep paralysis. I used to have that happen every now and then when I was a kid. I was like sleepwalking and waking up sleepwalking, and I couldn't fully wake up, and I was fully aware that I was awake but not awake and sleeping and somehow still walking. Man, it was weird. All right, I'll keep this rolling. Walk through there. I'd love to try to just come up one of these couloirs sometime from Guitar Lake, but I don't want to cut the switchbacks and make a mess. But I think there's a way that gets you onto this. All right, look at this. This is hilarious. No one has been up on Mount Whitney since some point yesterday. I need to start leaving signs. Have a happy face here. Put a heart somewhere else. Wow. This was actually like supporting me. Okay, let's put a heart here. There we go. Another happy face. Okay. Catch up later. Some new developments here. All right, enough. This is so cool. I love it. I'm so glad I came, and I'm so glad I didn't turn around, or I double turned and came back. So the only chance there's anyone still up there is if they got stuck in this snowstorm and camped in the shelter up there, waiting for tomorrow morning. So we'll see. Getting some ambient light. Passing one of the last windows. See Lone Pine down there. It's all foggy. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know how long I'll stay at the summit if I make it. But keeping an eye on this in case it's something worse than fog. Still no one but me. No footprints on the snow. Fog is coming and going. Looks gorgeous. I've been up Whitney on spring snow 5 times, and I've been up like in the spring where there's some leftover snowfields here and there lots of times, but I've never been up with August snow, fresh snow. It's cool. I mean, it is what, 26 or something already, so it's almost September. Love this view. Oh, just missing sunrise. Look at it now. Summit hut. Whew. Summit register. Sign that later. Whew. Summit hut room. I've slept in here multiple times. 3 times. And I've slept out on the rocks at the very tip twice. 14,500 feet. Woo! Mount Whitney in the snow in August. Solo, no one's here. It's just me. There's a plaque underneath here. Mount Whitney. Hell yeah. Here's the plaque. Look at this. August. I gotta warm up a bit, then head out. Whew. Nice. So cool. Snow everywhere. I can't get enough of this. Too cool. Look at this. I broke trail to Mount Whitney in August. So cool. Here's my prints. Woo. Man, I'm glad I wore boots. I got boots, waterproof socks, and freaking oven bags, turkey oven bags on my feet. I'm toasty warm and completely dry. I passed over 30 people coming up last night, and honestly, I don't think I saw anyone wearing boots. I think everyone is in running shoes. Their feet are gonna be freezing. Wow. Well, just saw 2 people coming up. So that's the first people I've seen since I passed the last people way down on Trailcraft. Here's 3 people here. This is awesome. I still can't get over this. This is just too cool. Ooh. This is awesome. Look at all the footprints now. That was all. No footprints before. Take the shortcut. Here's Mount Muir. Here's the cairn that marks it. I should go up someday. There's some exposure though. The climbing I can do, but I think near the top there's a bit of exposure that's not for me. Not today, but one of these days I gotta just go up and have a look at least, right? John Muir Trail. That's us. And we go around the corner. Trail crest is behind that, and the trail continues on the other side. There's on the way down the 99 switchbacks. Everyone leaving their stuff down here. And here's JMT. Zigzags up from the lake, but we come from there. Trail crest. Alright, I'm gonna head down the chute just for fun. I've come up and down this on snow before, but I've never been on it sort of off season, so to speak, and I just feel like doing something different. So I'm gonna go down this way. Coming down the chute here just for fun. This isn't too steep, but it's also not flat. This is a solid 45, easy. Join the footpath at the bottom of that. Hey, buddy. All right. Leaving trail camp. Clouds, 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 clouds. I want to get down. outpost camp. Another lake over here doing its thing. This is Mirror Lake doing its thing. Pine Lake cut off. Lake's down there. But I just want to go back to the trailhead. I'm not going to go visit the lake today. Shortcut. Though I like the main trail, especially that last long switchback because it's so cruisy and really nice to run. This does cut some time and distance, and it gets me right to the back of the lot. Oh yeah, at the Whitney Portal store. Doug Jr. helped get me get in my van once. I locked the keys in there by accident when I went hiking, and he picked the lock for me, and he refused to let me give him any money. So I come and get a big plate of fries and a drink, and usually buy a t-shirt every time I'm here now, just to patronize the Whitney Portal store as much as possible because they're really cool people. All right, now we're done.